Hello everybody, this is Katerina Pavlou from the Lightworks Method, and I am starting my broadcasting series with a Halloween special. I will be doing videos for each star sign and an additional one. I am featured in the Playful magazine, which is a very new edition. It is in Berlin, and you can find my horoscopes in here. You can also find an article about me. This is me. So this is for November, December and January 2019-2020, and you can find it in cafes and restaurants in Berlin. It is like the first issues are for free, so make sure you check it out when you see it. It's a very, very interesting, very Berlin, very beautiful magazine, very uncensored, and just like beautiful work. There's going to be an online version of the Playful magazine, and of course you will find me on my own webpage as well, which is going to be online soon. Hi dear Capricorn, I am using the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I have already mixed the cards, I have already shuffled, and these cards are already out for you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and lay them on the table because I thought I would, save us some time. What you can do with this reading, how you can take this reading, is either for this one special night of the year, the most magical night of the year, or any night of the year, as Stacey DeMarco says, talks about her own oracle, or you can see it as what is actually beginning here, what kind of information, what kind of magic is coming through the veil between the worlds, which is at its thinnest right now, and how you can utilize that. This reading has 6 positions because it is supposed to look like the jack-o'-lantern. Well, put one more here and created the nose. And this actually comes from the oracle itself. And we will quickly go through the positions together first before we start reading the cards. And this is your situation. This could be your question, this could be what you're dealing with right now, this could be new information, this could be something to think about, this could be some sort of inspiration. The second position is the deeper issue, as Stacey DeMarco calls it. I would say it is the root. It is the background, it is the part of the iceberg that you don't see because it is really deep into the water. This is the surface, to put it this way. This is the symptom and this is the cause. The third position is the hidden obstacle, the obstacle or the circumstances, I would also say, because an obstacle can be a very good thing as well. The fourth position is your fear. The fifth position is the solution, the suggestion of the cards. And the sixth position, very much related to the fifth position here, it's the outcome. It's what's going to happen, basically, if you follow the fifth position suggestion. So let me just jump into it immediately. For you, my dear Capricorn, in the first position, we have the card of the vampire. Now, I really like how Stacey DeMarco put little titles, subtitles on her cards. And this one is talking about emotional intelligence. So if you feel that you're going out there in the world and you're connecting to people and things and situations and everything, and you're giving happily, but actually what you receive is so much little or so fake or so superficial, if you feel you're being taken advantage emotionally or something, and you feel the need to create really big borders and boundaries around you, then maybe that is something that we're going to discuss about. Another thing to discuss about is you tricking immortality, you finding your own way to be independent, even if you do not feel completely healthy or completely safe in this moment. It is also about how you connect with the others and what kind of life you choose. The vampire also, goes for it one way or another. I mean, well, the whole, like drinking blood of the others is not exactly the best thing you can do. But, like there are signs of immortality here. It's just that maybe the vampire is the stage where it hasn't like completely made it yet. Like the updated version of the vampire would be not having to drink the blood of other human beings so nobody has to suffer. And maybe they can also, be in the sunlight instead of the moonlight. So I see here a little bit, this, I'm trying to make it my own way. And maybe I do not feel very comfortable with it yet, either because I am not really feeling comfortable the way I do it, the impact that I live in the world, or I do not feel very comfortable in the sense that the way that other people are treating me. But I think the intention, the freedom, the personal freedom and the independence of this card and the emotional intelligence of this card is actually a very good characteristics to have. I think this is one of the cards that seeks a little bit of balance. We'll see which cards are all around it, and also what the clarifiers later on with the oracle with the other oracle are going to tell us about. So forgiveness seems to be the deeper thing here. And forgiveness here has the subtitle Reducing Burden. We become so much lighter when we make space for other opinions, whether they are our own or other people's, because it could be very well that we are in conflict with ourselves sometimes, and therefore the need to forgive ourselves, meaning to understand why we acted the way we acted, or why we act now the way we act, because if we really understand which part of ourselves behave which way and why, we will understand which kind of needs they have that maybe the rest of us, the I as we call it, the general right now, is actually not taking under consideration. If we're not listening to ourselves, then we're gonna end up not making much sense. We cannot expect parts of us just like to shut up. They're gonna find a way to express themselves, and that might feel like the situation where we call internal conflict. So it is important to hear ourselves, understand our positions, the positions of others, if this is not about parts of ourselves, but other people that we've kind of like really feel attracted to, but we never really come in terms with. So understand their position as well, and not leaving our own. There's nothing about compromise here or who's right and who's wrong. This is more about creating space for everybody's opinion, like a parliament, like a democracy, We're going to sit down and talk about it until we find a solution or not. Worst case scenario, we let it be, we go for a coffee, we go for a beer, and we'll let the intelligence of the soul figure it out maybe later. Now, this could also be the balance here. Maybe you're a little bit too strict on yourself, or you end up being too strict on other people. Well, to be honest, you cannot be too strict on other people if you're not too strict on yourself somehow. And maybe the way you decide like to go about something, you have a very, very deep and very noble desire of eternal youth and beautiful things and immortality and knowledge and very noble things. But the way you go about it maybe is a little bit strict, streng, the German word came out. And actually, maybe what you need to do is create some space for different opinions within yourselves and the others, within yourself and the others, so you feel less in conflict and less obliged to take a position which is so hard on you. If it is about other people, then maybe instead of letting them in completely or cutting them off completely, then understand why you don't want them completely in. Understand yourself, allow yourself to put some boundaries, even if they do not fit your self-image. Or if you cut them off completely, but you still want them somehow in your life, then give them voice and understand them, why they behave the way they behave, what it is that they want from you, and they cannot ask for it, so they end up stealing it away from you, things like that. So you find maybe a better way to be in balance with yourself and the others. Now, here in the obstacle position, we have the Skull of Stars, which is infinite possibilities. I know it sounds really, really weird. You're not the first star sign that actually has infinite possibilities in something so bluntly and blatantly positive in this position. Now, I think that this is the circumstances position, and it's telling you that, you know what, you really don't have to be in this imbalance. Like, everything is possible right now. You can be whomever you want to be, and everybody around you is going to be very open to figuring out a way for you to feel comfortable and open and enjoy the things that you want to enjoy for yourself, and also be in beautiful relationship with the others. What is keeping you maybe from actually seeing all this as an opportunity is invisibility. Are you afraid that you're not going to leave your mark in the world? Are you afraid that you're going to break your self-image and then you're going to lose yourself? The fun part about this is that this card is actually subtitled invisibility, authenticity, meaning, you know what? Living your self-image. So what you have decided at some point, or what the society, the school, the parents, everything that has formed you together with you, of course, in different stages of your development, decided that you're going to be, leaving that behind is actually being really true to yourself, because you allow the parts of yourself that were developing in the background coming over and coming to the front, you know, and coming on stage and giving some spice to you. You might be super surprised about what has been developing in the shadows that you're avoiding so hard. Being true to yourself, authenticity. So what you gain from this is becoming whole, is being yourself. Maybe for the first time, so completely. Is it a risk? Yeah. Is it a reward? Yeah. This card has come up in so many readings in this series, and I love the apple because it is the sweetness of it, the forbidden connotations that it has, the 5-point star that is created when you cut it in a specific way, the promise that it brings you, the anti-aging properties that it has. You don't have to live in the shadows in order to be forever young. You can have it in the sunlight. You can completely have it in the sunlight. You don't have to compromise anything. Anything. And you also don't have to be afraid that you are going to be in the shadows if you don't become something very specific, very dangerous in a way, you know? If you don't leave the mark in the world, you will. Because nobody's going to be like you. Actually, that's when you're really, really going to rise and shine. Look at all this glow over there. Incredible. Beautiful card. I really like this card. Because it also promises magic, you know? Every shape shifting starts with invisibility. And what is the outcome? What is the promise here? Creating through the ashes. Whatever you think you're going to lose, you're not losing it. You're definitely not losing it. You're actually, maybe for the first time, creating with all of you, all the parts of you. And whatever you think you're going to lose from yourself, now you're going to realize how much you are that part as well. You're becoming whole in a completely new way, maybe for the first time. Seriously, maybe for the first time. These are very strong cards. Very, very strong cards. I mean, this card is chosen to be, if I'm not mistaken, not mistaken, this is the cover of the whole oracle. And I don't think it has to do only with the imagery and the colors. I think it has to do with the symbolic, at least to me. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to use this little oracle that I've created. Correct my shot a little bit. So yes, I'm going to use this little oracle and see what comes out. It's very simple, very small format, so you know, it doesn't cover the cards that are already lying down. I needed something like that, so I just sat down one day and I created it. And it's basically supposed to be like very minimal, so it's just one word written on it, and also with the connotation that I had in mind when I was creating it. And there are also some blanks in there, some jokers to put it this way, where you can just write whatever you want on it, you know? It's a little bit of an interactive reading actually. It allows you to bring some of your intuition and wishes into it. Personalize it a little bit. Do you see this? With this, the phoenix that rises from the ashes, this defies death as the end of a form. This is already immortal. This is your right. You don't have to fight for it. This is yours. Go for it. Keep going. Desire. Look for the desire within. Do not compromise your desire and then allow enthusiasm to come from the outside. Literally meaning God, this enthusiasm thing, theology, theos, God, in, enthusiasm. Follow your desire and you're gonna get so motivated, so alive. This felt exactly what it was supposed to fall over. You're blank. This is your wish card. Write whatever you wish on it. What is blinding you is pain. It's all good. Just risk it. Risk being authentic. I know it looks like, it feels like you're betraying the past life of yours, but you're not. You're creating this, but sucking flower juices in the sunlight and making everybody happy and making everybody model at the touch, the kiss, not to bite, not the bite. It is not the idea of self that you're protecting by not allowing different opinions to influence you. It's the pain. Things are what you call them to be. This is magic. You name something, that's what it's going to be. You can change this. You decide what it's going to be. You decide who you are. You decide who you're going to be. You decide what's going to happen when you change. You decide if you need your self-image or what kind of self-image that's going to be, or how is that going to change, or which one you're going to have when, or if you need to have any at all. Your identity is not what your judgment and what your definitions are. Your identity is your essence. Trust your essence, even if you don't have the form that you're used to have, even if you don't fit into the picture that you're used to have and to project to the world. That's actually exactly then, is it when you're super, super real. Trust me, even if you were invisible, people would completely know your presence. There's nothing to worry about there. I promise you, this is very important to you, like to every human being. And trust me, you got that. You got that. Infinite possibilities. One more, and we're done. My dear magical Capricorn, the most ancient magic in a star sign, you. Magic, spell, take your time, concentrate on what you want. The time is now. You can postpone it, but you're not going to avoid it, you're just going to postpone it, because you know what? This is beautiful news. Your authenticity is beautiful news. Your rebirth, never to die, is beautiful news. Your risk and reward is beautiful news. Your infinite possibilities is beautiful news. And I'm gonna say goodbye by picking a card for you from the Witch's Oracle, because it's Halloween, and what is witchier than Halloween? Well, maybe some things are witchier than Halloween, but anyway, Halloween is very witchy. I'm gonna go with this one. You're fighting a curse. This I'm sorry, I have to do another one. That was far too good. Like, you're completely coming into your power. Whatever you don't like, you're never again will you or anybody else tell yourself that you need your limitations or any kind of limitation. It's like, no, that's black magic. You're banishing that. Away with that. Out. Ooh, things are flying all over. You're getting the respect, you're putting the respect down. You know your power. Don't be afraid, respect it only. You're manifesting. Spell. Where is it? Where's the spell? I've got a spell here somewhere. Here. I'm not even going to go to the mathematical possibilities of this coming together, especially from different authors. You're guarded. You're creating. You know how to go about it. You are responsible, very responsible. Don't be too responsible. You are responsible. New moon, new cycles. My dear Capricorn, I wish you all the best. Have a lovely Halloween. Let me know what you think about the videos, and hopefully I will see you soon. And trust me, you're killing this. You got this. Super many kisses. This is Katerina Pavlou from the Lightworks Method.